Okay, so we're going to start working on this Hudson here. And it appears my camera is going to shake every time I breathe a little bit, so I'm sorry for that. But, so let's start off with a marker here. We're going to go over this thing with a fine tooth comb. Everything needs to be touched up. Looks like there's a couple screw attachments here. We're going to mark every seam line we can find. We're going to go over with this marker, especially on this color of body. It's hard to to find. There's a lot of mold release on here. I'm leaving tons of fingerprints. There's a lot of mold release on this one. It goes right across the emblem. Right on down. Let's see it going anywhere. Let's see it going anywhere else in there. Looks like this one starts here. Back. It doesn't have to be perfect drawing because we're just showing where they're at. Let's move forward there. Usually one down to there somewhere, but I don't see it. There's some real faint right there. It is very faint. Very faint. This thing's saying to focus for you. I'll fight with that more than anything with this camera. I do apologize for that. Alright, you get the idea, so let me go ahead and mark off the rest of this and we'll come back. Okay, so we're ready for our next little segment here. I just got done working on the Ford, and I think I'm just going to, I'm already into chrome work and stuff on that. I'm just going to do a final on that. So we're just going to stick with the Hudson, for now. And my camera's done something funny. So we've got last little segment. You see me marking everything off. So we're just going to start with that, and I'll show you a little bit here, and then we'll skip to something else. I'll try to get this a little faster. I want to show you some of the tools here I'm going to use. We have the sink marks here under the hood. You can see I have those marked off. So we're going to use this little Euro tool. Frames being dropped, it says. I don't know what that means. This little Euro tool from Germany. It's a little fiberglass pin. And you do get... What in the world is going on with that thing? I'm going to stop this, or maybe a segment here, so if it's still working, it'll come right back where we're at. Okay, so I don't know what it was doing, but it was working. So anyway, this little Euro tool from Germany is fiberglass. It does leave, when you use it, it breaks off or wears down this little fiberglass little micro shards in here. So, yeah, you can see I was painting. I got like pink all over my fingernails here. the Ford. Anyway, it breaks this off, so it's like regular fiberglass. It'll stick in your skin, gets in your shirt, drives you absolutely insane. But it does work really good. And then I picked this one up at one of the hobby shows, and this is real soft. I've not noticed anything coming off of this one whatsoever. Some kind of different, there's not even a name on it. It screws in and out. This one it's like a pin, you push on it and then the fiberglass will fall out. This one's more of a smoothing pin. You can actually eat plastic off with it, but I use that to go over after this one and kind of smooth things out. So that's what we're going to start with. So let's go ahead and shut up here real quick. And I'll try to stay in camera here if I can. And we'll just use it like a pin. And these weren't real deep. Something deep I'd probably go after with a round bladed hobby knife, something like that. But these are pretty shallow, and this works really good for that. Or down inside of maybe a chassis, or like a frame rail, something like that. You can put out a little bit more fiberglass, get down there, and really get into a tight spot. I need my brush here real quick. And you can see it really eats it away pretty. And they say you can buy refillable fiberglass for it. The pen was maybe $9, maybe. Just guessing. The Rebel, I think I paid $5 for it, a hobby show. And I've not had to buy anything for any refills or nothing like that. And you can see it's totally gone, nothing left. And then I'll just go over this wrap one here and smooth it up. And then once I hit it with some primer, the primer should totally make it go away. There's a little bit of a lip right there. And that looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So we can move on with that. You see I've got some flash along the front here. We'll have to hit with some sandpaper and get that off. So I'll get the rest of that done here in a minute. These I don't think will even be seen, but I still remove them. I usually have a little type of water sitting here, but I haven't got it yet. So I just take a little thinny stick and go over that. I usually have a rougher one laying here somewhere. I switched benches and I still have tools over on the other bench. There's a piece I cut off of one. Of course, the other bench is like 7 inches away, so. But anyway, so I still go ahead and get rid of this, I guess, which is probably a little too anal, but I have nothing but time, and Don't know that I'm going to need more shows this year, so I just want to try and get some cars built up. I'm out of cars to take the shows anyway, so I got one left. It's been a couple shows, and it's one. Oh, one show I didn't win anything at. The next show won everything. So it's kind of the first show was a viewer's choice, which is kind of hard to tell anything about that because people walk in and they may, oh, I love Volkswagens, so I'm gonna vote for that. So it's kind of hard to judge about viewer's choice show. I always like the ones where they have judges and they actually vote. Those are the ones that I actually like. You kind of really know then what your car is worth or what it's going to do, I should say. So I go with those, and that's what the second one was a judge show. So I tend to go with those more. So we got this all cleaned up now. And of course we'll go ahead and get these other off like we did that one. I'll do that one and finish that one up in a minute. And now I've got my water here, which has a little bit of dish soap in it. And I'm going to take my, what is this, 400 grit. I always cut my sandpaper in these little strips. And I go ahead and just label them as what they are, because you don't never know what they are after you cut them. I'm going to take my 400 and get it wet a little bit, wet and dry, and then just start working on these lines that we've marked off. We're going to go over these panel lines again with our scrabbers, so we don't have to worry about going over top of this panel line again, because we're going to go back and readdress that when we're done. As you can see here, we're getting rid of that mold line. I like to do this with my loose paper and just my fingers, so that I can kind of keep that curve a little better with some loose paper. I just keep it just raggling around to keep checking it. Now I'll go back over this with probably some 6 and some 800, and that should be good enough. And of course, I'll take a little bit more work. Kind of keep blabbering to this one so I'm playing music and do all that. Now I haven't done the firewall, or I'm going to do the firewall. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the car, go ahead and install it in the car now. And that way it can be painted with the car. That way I don't have something else to paint separate to take a chance of having something a different shade. That way it can be painted at the same time as the car is painted. And there's no reason it can't be alright pre-installed. So you can see that line's gone, looks smooth. So we'll go ahead and get this body finished up, and then get those pieces finished up, and when that's done I'll come back and show you where we're going to go from there. So we'll be right back. As soon as I figure out where my mouse is at. My mouse disappeared. Oh, there it is, found it.